se ti puoi alzare che è molto lontana, scusami tanto se ti faccio alzare, però è veramente...
Buongiorno, Francesca Pierleoni dell'Ansa. Volevo chiederle, siccome ha avuto modo di incontrarla recentemente la regina ad Ascot, credo, volevo...
È la regina che taglia il servizio segreto inglese.
But I'm not going to talk about it. But yes, I did. And she was very gracious.
Okay.
Of course. But, you know, it was a private meeting and I will never disclose what happened. Except the tea was delicious. But the sandwiches were terrible.
Allora, abbiamo le ultime due domande qui e poi Tirsa Bonifazzi. Sì, però con il microfono.
Buongiorno, Silvia Grassi di 7 TV. Sarò velocissima, c'è un ruolo che non le hanno ancora offerto che lei ha sempre desiderato di interpretare.
Well, certainly in my youth, when I was younger, I was constantly missing out on roles I wanted to play and I wasn't being offered. You know, that kind of disappointment is a constant in the life of an actress. I mean, I don't want to be sort of so cliched, but actually the character of Catherine the Great, to me, is a fascinating character. Catherine the Great of Russia. I'm half Russian anyway, so I would love to, you know, make something in Russia. And her relationship with Potemkin, you know, a great role for a man. That would be a great role. So that, you know, that's a relationship that I would be interested in exploring.
Ultima domanda, Tirsa Bonifazzi Tognazzi.
Sì, grazie. Buongiorno e benvenuta qui a Roma. E io invece volevo sapere se c'è un ruolo che lei ha interpretato durante la sua carriera che le ha cambiato la vita, ma non come popolarità, semmai come immedesimazione del personaggio, come conoscenza del personaggio che le ha portato un po' più di conoscenza di se stessa. E poi più in generale, visto che ognuno di noi ha un film che ama e che potrebbe vedere in continuazione, qual è il suo film preferito che vedrebbe centinaia di volte? Grazie.
Of mine? Well, L'Atalante, I think, is one, a French film. And another wonderful French film, I think, called The Baker's Wife, that I love that film. L'Atalante.
L'Atalante di Jean Vigo.
Yeah, by Vigo, yes. I mean, I don't watch one film 100 times over, quite honestly. You know, it's not my style. There are so many wonderful films that I have yet to see that I'm much more interested in watching the films that I haven't seen and be exposed to the work of great filmmakers that I'm unaware of. I mean, I'm very lucky in that I'm a member of the European Film Awards organisation. So I get all the films from Europe that are being submitted for competition. And, you know, you see the most fantastic films that will never have distribution. No one in England is ever going to see them in the cinema unless they win a prize at Cannes or a prize at, you know, at the Academy Awards. So, you know, you see from films from the Ukraine, from Lithuania, from Denmark, these amazing, amazing movies. And now Eastern Europe has broken up into, you know, into the smaller countries. Each country now has its own little film industry and producing wonderfully, wonderfully interesting films. So I prefer to see, of course, you watch a film technically for the technical brilliance of it over and over again. Watch the cuts. Watch the performances, watch the lighting, you know, those technical issues. But, you know, the exciting thing to me about film is to discover about new cultures, new people, go into worlds that I never knew about before. You know, I don't tend to watch films hundreds of times. I tend to watch hundreds of movies instead. Yeah. Oh, the role. My favourite role of my own.
Change your life in a way.
Well, you know, I mean, I could say Prime Suspect, but I'm not too sure that that's true. I mean, every role changes your life a little, every single one. And certainly that moment of decision of what I'm going to do. Shall I do this or shall I do that? Sometimes that decision is made for you because there's only one thing you're being offered anyway. That's the nerve-wracking moment. Where is this role going to take me in my head? You know, physically, where am I going to be? So, and each role professionally has an effect on your whole career, you know. I mean, certainly, I think when I die, and this was why I stopped doing Prime Suspect, because I realized that when I die, in my obituary, it will say Helen Mirren, who played Jane Tennyson on television for 20 years. Thanks to my friend. And that might be, oh no, now it'll be who played the Queen, and Jane Tennyson on Prime Suspect, in spite of the fact I've played so many other things. But I realized when I was doing Prime Suspect that if I was knocked over by a bus, you know, the headline would be probably Jane Tennyson knocked over by a bus. So I thought maybe it's time to step away from this and become, you know, Helen Mirren again.
Allora, io chiedo scusa ai colleghi prenotati, ma quella conferenza stampa finisce qui, ma sono certo che volete alzarvi con me per tributare un saluto a Helen Mirren.
Grazie.